July 20 through 26. Our eyes are upon the 2nd Chronicles 14 through 20, 26 through 30. There's a picture of King Jehoshaphat's prayer.
Jehoshaphat.
So we are skipping all of First Chronicles because looks like we already studied it. There's a lot of repeat stuff in Chronicles and Kings. So we're going to go to 2nd Chronicles chapter 14. So in this section, the kingdom of Judah was surrounded. Armies from 3 powerful enemy nations were all advancing at once, prepared for battle. In this desperate moment of need, Jehoshaphat, the king of Judah, turned to the king of heaven and earth. Jehoshaphat gathered his people at the temple and prayed. He acknowledged their human weakness and pleaded for deliverance. In response, the Lord promised his protection. Fear not, nor be dismayed. We might not have an invading army at our doorstep threatening to destroy us, but sometimes we do feel surrounded by adversity and evil. Our path to deliverance is the same one Jehoshaphat sought, and our prayer can be like his too. O our God, we have no might against this great company that cometh against us. Neither know we what to do, but our eyes are upon thee. So in these chapters you'll read about Jehoshaphat and other kings in Judah. Consider how their faith-driven reforms, victories, and challenges can apply to your life. So let's look at an overview of 2nd Chronicles here. Do you remember where the kingdom of Judah is? Where is it? Is it in the northern kingdom or the southern kingdom?
So here's the top kingdom, here's the bottom kingdom, is right here.
It's the southern kingdom, right? So the southern kingdom, when it got split between the two, there's the north kingdom and the southern kingdom. The north was just called Israel and the south was called Judah, I believe. It had Benjamin in there with him, but it was mostly Judah. The rest of the 10 tribes were up in the north kingdom.
The 2 books of Chronicles counted as one in the Hebrew canon. They give a short history of events from the creation down to the
proclamation of Cyrus,
allowing the Jews to return to their homeland.
So the books contain several references to the sources whence information was derived. For example, the book of Nathan the prophet, the prophecy of Ahijah the Shilonite, and the visions of Iddo the seer. So there are other books that have these stories in them, so the Chronicles are referring to these other books, or these other prophecies and whatnot. These passages make it clear that from the earliest times of the kingdom, writers living amid the events described and generally of the prophetic order recorded the history of their own times. These records, along with Samuel and Kings, formed the material out of which our books of Chronicles were compiled. The compilers choosing such portions as suited the purpose of their composition. Can you explain to me where the Chronicles came from? It has 3 different sources here. So there were writers living amid the events described that wrote them down. They recorded the history of their own times, so recorders.
Yeah.
And then we have Samuel's writings. And then we had the writings in Kings. So they pulled from all of these different sources to create the Chronicles. Though secular events are not excluded from the compilations thus formed, the writers dwell with most satisfaction upon the ecclesiastical and religious aspects of the history and the progress of temple worship in Jerusalem. So we don't know when it was composed, all of this. Okay, well, our first section is Trusting in God Will Bring Me Peace. And it's chapters 14, 15, and 16 in 2nd Chronicles. When Asa was the king of Judah, he faced many challenges, just like we all do today. So we're going to read about the trials he faced, and we're going to notice where he put his trust and how that changed over time. So Ethiopia is not a country that we looked at on the map. Should we look that up? So this is Egypt. This is the Nile River. This is the Nile River Delta. This is the Red Sea, where Moses parted the Red Sea so they could walk across. There's Mount Sinai. There's Edom and Moab, Syria, the Hittites, Persian Gulf. So the Persians are from over here. Babylon is over here. This is going to be where there's Gaza, Canaan, Ammon. The Ammonites are from there. And then this strip it right here, it says the Phoenicians. Well, this is where um the Israelites, the Hebrews come and take all of this over. And Jerusalem is like right in here.
Tiny.
Ethiopia is way down here.
And it's huge.
So, we don't know much.
How did they find out about these people anyway? Their land is so small. Like, why do you want to conquer? Why do these big nations always want to conquer these people? The land's so small. Why do they care? Like, everybody's like, oh, I'm gonna conquer that Israel. Like, what? Why?
Well, they're trying to take over everything.
I feel like you should take out the big nations first, then take out the tiny ones.
I'm sure they did. What we're looking at is a empire that is expanding and trying to take everybody out. So, the Ethiopians come. Asa went out to meet him. They drew up their lines of battle in the valley of Zephathah. Asa cried to the Lord his God, O Lord, there is none like you to help between the mighty and the weak. Help us, O Lord our God, for we rely on you. And in your name we have come against this multitude. O Lord, you are our God, let not man prevail against you. So the Lord defeated the Ethiopians before Asa and before Judah, and the Ethiopians fled.
Ethiopia.
So Asa, the king of Judah, is facing a challenge. What is the challenge he is faced with?
Wait, who?
Asa, the king of Judah.
Oh, the Ethiopians are attacking.
Yep. The Ethiopians are going to come take him over. Where did Asa put his trust?
God.
Yeah.
The best place.
Help us, O Lord.
Best place to put your trust.
Yep, because there's none like him to help. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're going to go to 15, 1 through 8. Okay, so then Azariah comes out against Asa, and he says, Hear me, Asa, and all of Judah and Benjamin. The Lord is with you while you are with him. If you seek him, he will be found by you, but if you forsake him, he will forsake you. For a long time Israel was without the true God, and without a teaching priest, and without law. But when in their distress they turned to the Lord, the God of Israel, and sought him, he was found by them. In those times there was no peace to him who went out or to him who came in, for great disturbances afflicted all the inhabitants of the land. They were broken in pieces. Nation was crushed by nation, and city by city, for God troubled them with every sort of distress. But you take courage. Do not let your hands be weak, for your work shall be rewarded. As soon as Asa heard these words, the prophecy of Azariah, he took courage and put away the detestable idols from all the land of Judah and Benjamin, and from the cities that he had taken in the hill country of Ephraim. He repaired the altar of the Lord that was in front of the vestibule of the house of the Lord. So, what were the challenges that Asa faced in these verses? So he had a prophet come tell him, says, the Lord is with you while you are with him. Israel was without a true God for a long time, without teaching priest and without law. So what did Asa... It says Asa went and destroyed all these idols because he had taken over all these areas and they had detestable idols.
Mm-hmm.
So he got them out of the land, right?
Right.
Okay, let's go to 2 Chronicles 16, 1 through 10. So turn to the Lord when you're being attacked. Destroy all of the evil out of your land. Okay, these are things we can do. And then we have Baasha, king of Israel, went up against Judah and built Ramah, and that he might permit no one to go out or come into Asa, king of Judah. So Israel is the northern kingdom. Asa is the king of the southern kingdom. Well, Baasha is the king of the northern kingdom of Israel. So he's going to have problems with Asa now.
Then Asa took silver and gold from the house of the Lord and the king's house and sent them to Ben Hadad, king of
Syria.
Syria, lived in
Damascus.
saying,
So what did he do? He took all of the treasures from the house of the Lord and sent them to the king of Syria.
saying, there is a covenant between me and you, as there has been between my father
And your father.
For behold, I am sending to you silver and gold to break the covenant with Baasha, king of Israel, that he may withdraw from me. And Ben Hadad instead to King
Listened.
listened to King Asa and sent the commanders of his armies
Against
the cities of Israel, and they conquered
Ijon, Dan, Abel, Maim,
and all sorts of cities.
all the store cities of Naphtali. And when Baasha heard of it, he stopped building Ramah and let his work cease. Then King Asa took all Judah, and they carried away the stones of Ramah and its timber, with which Baasha had been building, and with them he built Geba and Mizpah. At that time, Hanani the seer came to Asa, king of Judah, and said to him, because you relied on the king of Syria and did not rely on the Lord your God, the army of the king of Syria has escaped you. Were not the Ethiopians and the Libyans a huge army with very many chariots and horsemen? Yet because you relied on the Lord, he gave them into your hand. For the eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth to give strong support to those whose heart is blameless toward him. You have done foolishly in this, for from now on you will have wars. Then Asa was angry with the seer and put him in the stocks in prison, for he was in a rage with him because of this. And Asa inflicted cruelties upon some of the people at the same time.
Wait, he was such a good man.
People can become cruel.
So it turns out that he did not put his trust in God this time. Who did he put his trust in?
The other king.
Yeah. He took all the treasures out of the temple, out of the house of the Lord, and took it to the king of Syria and said, help me.
Why doesn't he turn to the Lord?
I don't know. It's interesting that even when we turn to the Lord and experience great miracles, that later in life, we sometimes don't do that. It's like we know better. We know he's there. We know that he'll help us. So why do we stop trusting in the Lord sometimes?
Because we get tempted by the devil.
We get tempted, for sure.
I thought she said something else.
Well, I think for a while he was blessed for the Lord for so long that he was experiencing peace and prosperity.
Circle.
Yeah, maybe his pride.
The circle of pride.
I think also you have to keep relying on the Lord no matter what your circumstances are, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you learn anything else from Asa's life?
I don't know. He didn't feel like he was being a bad person. It's just like the devil took over his body. That's kind of what felt like to me.
It does, because of how he treated the seer and the people. He started to become resentful and petty, and I think that's the spirit of the devil, right? You can tell that you look at the way Saul was, you could tell that somebody is not being led by the Lord when they start having a lot of pride in their heart and start, instead of being humble and changeable, they start being defensive and bitter, right?
I'm defensive and bitter.
All right, guys. Love you guys.
Love you.